So if you're like a lot of homeowners and you're thinking about putting your house on the market, you may be wondering what repairs you should make and what repairs are going to be more of a waste of time and effort and money. And like a lot of homeowners, this is probably causing you a lot of stress and anxiety. So today I'm going to share with you the 7 things you should not do when getting your house ready for the market. And as a bonus, at the end of this video, I'll share with you the 2 things you can do at no cost to you. Welcome back. Brad Myers here again, 20-year home inspector turned real estate agent with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services right here in Fulton County, Ohio. Okay, so let's get started. We're talking about the 7 things you should not do when getting your house ready for the market. This is going to save you time, money, and a lot of effort. So how do you know what repairs to make and what repairs are just going to be a waste of time and effort? Well, first off, the number one thing to remember is don't overfix for your neighborhood. Try to mirror the quality of what you'd find in your neighbor's house. Okay, so with that said, the number one thing you should not do is totally remodel your kitchen and bathrooms. The only time you should consider this is if you're going to live in the house yourself and enjoy these updates yourself. And what's important to remember is your kitchen cabinets have what we call functional value, meaning that it's just a place to store your kitchen items. The real question is there anything you can do aesthetically to improve the look and appeal without starting from scratch? And the answer is yes. There are some things you can do, such as painting the cabinets a nice neutral color, change the plumbing fixtures, update the cabinet hardware, things like that. And give the kitchen and bathrooms a good thorough cleaning. It needs to look and smell clean in order to get top dollar for your house. As far as the bathroom tub and shower goes, if it's old and dated, don't replace it. What you can do is clean it up or possibly reglaze it for around $500. And it's going to look brand new after it's reglazed. Then consider giving the walls and ceilings a fresh coat of paint, updating the lighting and plumbing fixtures, and adding new hardware to the cabinets. Okay, number 2, don't replace the roof. However, if the roof is leaking, then you definitely need to get that fixed. That's very important. But don't replace the roof just to sell your house. The age of the roof is a big deal, and if it's near the end of its expected service life, it could be a negotiating point down the road. When you sell a house with a roof that's at the end of its life expectancy, you may have to concede some sort of prorated credit, but most times you won't have to credit the buyer, 100% of the replacement cost, since you didn't advertise the house as having a new roof anyway. So usually this boils down to what's reasonable. The buyer may have expected to have 3 to 5 years left in the roof before having to replace it. So you may end up having to split the cost with the buyer, but that's much better than flipping the entire bill yourself. Okay, number 3, don't replace flooring. A good thorough cleaning should always be your first option before replacing your flooring. However, if this isn't an option and you have worn out, stained carpets, or even really bad odors that are going to turn the buyers off, then it may be a good idea to update your flooring. Now, the type of flooring you choose is going to depend on what you would typically see in your neighborhood. Now, here's my pro tip on flooring. When you run the same flooring throughout the entire house, it's going to actually make the house seem bigger. Every time you have a different flooring in a different room, it creates a break in the flow and it makes the space seem chopped up and seem smaller. Okay, number 4, don't fix cracks in your driveway and walkways. It's not unusual for hard surfaces to settle and crack over time. A lot of people ask if they should repair or replace these cracks to increase curb appeal. Well, curb appeal is very important, but replacing concrete or even repairing it is very expensive and it will not be a good return on your investment. However, if you have cracks that are going to cause a trip hazard, then you need to consider having these areas repaired or replaced. You definitely don't want to have anyone tripping when they're coming to view your house. Okay, number 5, don't replace the front door. A front door can be very expensive and is probably not worth your time and effort to get a new one. However, the front door is very important for curb appeal, so instead of replacing it, consider adding a fresh coat of paint and updating the hardware. Okay, number 6, don't update your window coverings. If you have some really old curtains and blinds that date your house, don't replace them. Just take them down. It's kind of a fix without really fixing and without spending any money. Buyers want to see light, bright areas, so in many cases, just removing the coverings is probably the best fix. Okay, number 7, don't do any major landscaping. You don't need to bring in new trees and bushes or pavers to sell your home. Now, of course, curb appeal is very important since it's going to be the very first impression buyers see when they come to see your house. But keep in mind, buyers are buying the features of your home. So don't hide your home behind a bunch of trees and shrubs. The idea is to showcase the features of your home. So trim back the shrubs and bushes and maybe consider adding some new mulch. Now, obviously, you want to keep the yard mowed, and you want to have the sidewalks edged and things like that. And then also consider pressure washing the exterior of the home along with the driveway and walkways. Okay, so finally, what are the 2 best things you can do that will be a great return on your investment? And I would definitely say deep clean and declutter. These are the 2 best things you can do that are the least expensive to get your home ready for sale. When you have less stuff in the space, it actually appears bigger, and the buyer's perception is everything.